Come here, P. Come here. Good boy. Come on. Say hello. It's been a while. Come on, say hello. Oh, yeah. Say hello. Say hello. Come up here. Leo, come in here. Come in here. Come up here. Leo, come here. Up here. Up here. With your paws. Up here. Hello. You say, hello guys, been a while. G'day. Aussie Bonsai bloke, going. Well, g'day guys, it's been a while, but I decided I'll do a video. Dogs are barking, they're saying hello. And yeah, we're gonna do a repot today on this Chinese elm. Buds are starting to swell, so here in Australia, things are starting to warm up. We've only got 2 to 3 weeks of winter left, and then we're into spring. So yeah, it won't be long, and you know, we're already hitting 20, 21 degrees Celsius days, which is, I don't even know in Fahrenheit, maybe 60 or 70, not sure. But what I'm saying is things are starting to swell, things are starting to move, and it's time to start repotting. So this tree, I gave it a rough trim a while ago before the buds started swelling in places where it didn't need to. But it does need a bit of an extra clean up. But in summer, it's going to look pretty good anyway, full of leaf. Going to look really good. But today, we're putting it in a bonsai pot. We're getting it out of this pot. This tree may be for sale at the October Bonsai Show, the 11th and 12th of October in South Australia. This tree might be for sale there, so if you guys want it, you'll have to turn up there and grab it. Okay, what do we got here for roots? So you can see some of the roots are starting to go back to white roots, which means it's fresh. It's starting to pop out. We got some, well, here, bring it in close. So some of the white roots are starting to pop out. You can see that. And on the side there, you can see them. Where it's warm on the side of the pot, they're starting to pop out. So she's moving. And if I show you the buds, okay, she ain't in leaf yet, but you can see those buds are really swelling up. So they're pretty swollen buds, ready to go. So perfect time to repot it. Now I've got 2 pot choices for today. I'll bring you guys in closer so you don't have to see my ugly mug. But there you go, we've got 2 pots. I'd like to get it into this one, but I don't know, maybe adventurous or this one. I do have a choice of a bonsai looking pot that's plastic, but ideally I'd like to keep that one for myself for training up bigger bonsai because it's a big pot. So we'll see whether we can get this into a smaller pot today and maybe, yeah, cut a fair bit of roots off. They're a very hardy plant, so we can go reasonable on it. So I think first step is let's maybe clean off the bottom. Take a slice of cake, as I always say. Take off a slice of cake. So yeah, this one's probably for sale because what's going on is my water's been cut off. Neighbour had control of our water and he's now cut it off, so we have no water. So I have to get rid of a lot of trees so that I can just water selective ones with rainwater and yeah, sell the rest. So keeping up with the water, the automatic system's got to go because that wastes water. So I'm going to have to rely on manual watering, which means I want less trees. Oh man alive. Oh, that pot's about to smash. Why didn't you tell me, Leo? Hey, Leo, you should have warned me about that. Should also tell me that I'm about to hit that pot with my saw too. Hey, you're probably smarter than me, aren't you, dog? Hey, you don't have to work for a living, we do. You're a smart boy. Hey, you have us supply your food and free board. But we love the pats that we can give you and the cuddles on the couch. That makes up for it. Right, there's a big slice of cake gone. Had to be quite a big slice because we got to fit it in a pretty small pot. So now I'm thinking, well, we can scratch away the top. It seems ridiculous to get it in there, but you do have to realise that, well, that's the front. Yeah, that's the front there. So if that's the front, we need to cut it off the front and the back. You do have to realise they're deciduous. You can cut them back to almost nothing. And they'll shoot out pretty much like normal. Keep on going. And if not, quite often they'll even flourish more than if you never repotted it and never cut it pretty much in half or more. A third. You might have a third of the root ball left. And you know, this tree probably respond with good growth. Keep going, keep going. Cut her up. So the reason I like to use the saw to start with is just to get rid of all the bulk, because your other option is to try and tease out all the roots with a root hook, and you're going to tease them all out and have all these long roots. What are you going to do after you get that? You're just going to sit there and cut them all off with scissors, level with the soil anyway, so you can get it in the pot. You might as well just chop it off with a saw to start with, get it down to a manageable level, and then put it in a pot. If you look at Corin, is it Tomlinson, something like that, in the UK, he's a big advocate for just cutting it down to the size you want to start with, and yeah, just cut it down with a saw. Put new soil around it, and Bob's your uncle. She's done. Fairly low sort of effort. Cut some of this top off. The top's got quite big. I think we might have to high pressure clean the top just to expose a bit of the root system and get rid of an inch layer at the top. So I'm going to go and set up the high pressure cleaner and get rid of the top. Although it's annoying to set up, you know, a couple of seconds later it's done and it saves so much time. So I might high pressure clean the top, around the sides and the bottom, and see what we got. If I have to, I can cut more off the bottom. I'm sure this tree will be just fine. So I'll just pause you guys for a minute and let's get it set up and go on high pressure cleaner. Cheers. All right, guys, let's get the high pressure cleaner going. See how we go. Just keep cleaning around the top, the sides. You can see how many roots are still in there, so we're good. Try not to hit the trunk because you'll knock off the bark, the good bark, so we try not to hit the trunk. And you can see how much easier this is. Just cut the roots back with a saw. High pressure clean the soil out, expose good roots, and yeah, Bob's your uncle and Karen's your aunt. Keep on going round, round, and round. Get it nice and clean. Extremely fast, effective way of cleaning out a root ball. You sat there and picked at it, especially with an elm, because an elm has ridiculously vigorous roots. You would be there for days. High pressure cleaner and a saw. Matter of, well, if you weren't filming, should be a matter of 20 minutes. Less, probably. Right, let's get back in the shed. Okay, before we get back in the shed, I thought what I'll do, we're going to definitely, if we're going in the shallow one, which I want to do, I'm going to take another layer off, because there's heaps of roots there. So let's take another layer off, high pressure clean it again, and then we should be laughing. And then we should be able to put it in a small pot easy. And as if you guys watch my videos before, you'll know I normally don't wire it in typically, but I'm definitely going to wire this one in because it's going to some rando. I don't know what their skill level's like, where they're going to put it, so I'm going to definitely be wiring this one in to hold it secure until all the new roots come in. It will be already grown into its new pot by the time it's sold in 8 weeks. It will already have a lot of roots, but it will still be a little bit fragile, so let's just chop it back good now, wire it in, and then the new person should be more than happy with this tree. It's going to be a really nice tree. I'd love to keep it, but I've got to downsize because I've got no water. Rightio, that's pretty damn good. Let's get back in the shed. G'day guys, welcome back. G'day guys, welcome back. Right, hello Leo. Come up here, come up here. Come up, up. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. I had pliers on me. What did I do with them, guys? What did I do with the pliers, boys? I don't know. All right. So we're going to wire this one in because I've cut a fair bit of roots off, and if some rando buys it and they don't have protection from the wind, things could turn pretty bloody pear-shaped pretty bloody quickly. So let's get on to that. You know, I don't do anything too fussy. I just chuck it in. What I should do is bend that wire there. Pull her in. Done. Now I will go and get some. I'm just going to do the one wire. The way this pot is, it's not got big feet on it, so the wire actually pretty well rests on the ground, but that's okay. She's alright. She's a starter pot, first pot for it. Maybe another couple of years if one of you guys buys it, maybe then think about getting a better pot for it. This is a bit of a starter pot, but regardless, it's going to make it look nice, and that's the main thing. Now, where was I going and what was I doing? I swear I've got early onset dementia. I don't even know what I'm up to. I don't know. I got no idea. Don't know what I was doing. Anyway, here I come. I'm coming back because I walked away for something, for some reason. And I'm back. Right. Okay, guys, let's get this one in here. The top roots, you know, they're cleaned off, but there's nothing major in there that we really want to expose at the moment. There's a lot of medium roots coming out, so I'd be pretty happy just to put them back in there for now. I might chop these long ones off on this side. A pair of pliers will do. But once we start to develop, once some of these medium roots get thicker at the top, you can then start to expose them. There's one at the front here that we're going to expose, and we're going to try and expose some of the flare of the base. Oh man, every time I try and do a video, I start coughing. Right, let's get some, this is perlite and potting mix mixed together. I know what I was going to get now because I can see it. I was going to get a bit of screen. So let's go and do that. So I was going to get some screen for the holes in the bottom of the pot. I just noticed that because I saw the big holes. Come on. Come on, where are you? Come on, buddy. All right, here's some. All right, found some screen. Now, this screen I've got here, okay, is gutter guard, but this is a bit of a coarse one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double them up over the hole. And that way it'll make it finer. So let's do that, and I'll put it in the pot. So there we go. Now these I'm just going to thread through the wire, and they'll sit over the holes like so, and then soil will go over that and the tree obviously. So that's that plan. Just to stop the soil washing out, basically. Stops the soil washing out. It's getting darker here. Let's hook up some super power light. Right, there we go. And what we're going to do, we've got Leo the cutie just chilling in front of me on the carpet. He's so cute. He wants to play, but we're not in a playing mood because we are working here, bud. We are working hard. Right. So, got that. I'll have to see the width of this tree now. Yeah, so, and where we want the tree. Let's try that first. Oh, wow. Okay. I've still got to cut more off the sides. This is ridiculous. The tree is going to be fine. It's just that I thought I'd cut more than enough off, too much off. But then you get the pot, get it in the pot, and it's amazing how much they have to shrink. This is why sometimes it's not a great idea to go too big a pot for your bonsai. If it's a sensitive bonsai to roots, it's not a good idea to let it get into a really big pot and then have to reduce it. You might be better off growing some bonsai, depending on the species, in a smaller pot for their whole life, so they never have to go through the stress and the risk of reducing their size. But in this case, it's a Chinese elm, super hardy, perfect time of year. Yeah, it's a perfect time of year as far as cutting it back. So everything will be perfect, and you'll see it'll grow out fine. And when it's for sale at the show on the 11th and 12th of October, she'll look in prime, pristine condition, you'll see. Right. That's given us hopefully enough there. Yeah, I think I don't have to put it through the root border, tie it down. I'm just going to come across the back. Hang on, that's the front. And what side of the pot do we like? We've got to choose that too. Okay. I mean, that side of the pot looks pretty good. There's a hairline crack there. Hairline crack there. They don't meet up, they're separate cracks. Now, and that's also another reason why it's a, you know, a first pot for the tree. So I would guess I would rather this side, and which means we have to flip it. So what I've done is I've put a mound in the middle here. Okay. And we're just going to put it on the mound and wriggle it in. I might cut a few roots off the back. It's just, see how it's leaning back? We need it to lean forward. So I might just cut a small amount more off this front section to make it lean back better. You can see it's not much, but hopefully it'll help. Because we're only taking a small bit off. The saw's trying to jump out a lot. And then might even take a slither off the back here at the top, because that's all just old built up crud anyway. A lot of that. And in the future, someone can excavate some decent roots in there. There is some decent roots in there, but today we're not excavating for them. It's just its first initial pot up in a half. Well, you know, a pot that looks like a bonsai pot. Well, it is a bonsai pot. Right, so let's go in there. Right, that's better. So now you can see when we put it in there, she's leaning forward towards the viewer. and we always want it to lean forward towards the viewer because it's just more welcoming, more, I don't know, more like you're looking up at a tree, more natural and more powerful. So although it's more powerful because it's coming over you, it's also more welcoming too. So yeah, there's a bit of gay stuff for you for the day. And I think we are now ready to strap this in at the back. So I'll go behind the tree and strap it in. You know, I planned on a small video. Oh, another thing, do we want it left or right? I mean, it looks pretty damn good right there. So a lot of the tree comes out to the left on this side, but then to the right on that side. And I think what's going to look good is slightly to the right of this pot. Generally, I'll go left, but because there's a lot of foliage on the left, I might go right on this one. I hope that's right. That's my joke for the day. My gay joke. Right, let's get it. Pull her in. Tighten the bugger up. Get our pliers. What you want to do when you tighten these up is you want to pull. Okay, so you pull really hard, then wind down softly. If you pull while you're winding, it'll just snap this aluminium wire like butter. It's nothing. But if you pull hard, then wind down, pull hard, then wind down, and then cut it. Now, I will say generally running a wire over the top of the roots is not great practice. Running it through the root ball is probably better practice. But for a beginner tree with not that many substantial roots at the top, it's not really a big issue. But maybe next repotting after you expose a few good ones, because there's probably a few good ones down deeper if you put the effort into excavating all this stuff, all this crap. If you put the effort into doing that, then maybe run the wire underneath if you're going to have a wire to hold it in. Yeah. Anyway, something to think about. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this perlite potting mix. I got perlite this time because I had a bag lying around. Generally, I just use kitty litter, which is 100% fine, as long as you get the Z-Lite from New Zealand. 100% fine. You can use kitty litter mixed with potting mix at whatever ratio your climate provides. If it's a dry climate, use more potting mix. If it's a wet climate, use less. And you can even go as far as 80% kitty litter if you're in a really wet climate, or you're willing to water it every few hours in summer. If you're retired and you want to water it every few hours in Australia, you can. The tree will love you for it. It will grow better because there's more air, plus there's moisture. It's almost borderline hydroponics by that stage. But I tell you what, if you go away for a day and you don't water and it's hot, your tree's done. Or you go to hospital or whatever, no one's there to look after your tree, it's done. So I think in a hot climate, put in more potting mix. Here we've probably only got 30% perlite with, yeah, probably, well, I guess that leaves 70%, doesn't it, Sam? You retard. So 70% potting mix. And so in a really shallow pot, this is what I would consider a normal size medium pot. In a really, really shallow pot, a shallow pot actually holds on to more water than a deep pot, believe it or not. And a shallow pot, I would actually tend to go more 50-50 in my climate, because it's more likely to hold on to too much water if you go potting mix, because of the shallowness of it, gravity can't pull the water out of the... Oh, guys, I don't know how much you got of that. I'm really peed off. I had a big rant about, not a rant, I just saying I'm selling a lot of my trees because the water supply has gone down and, well, not down, the neighbours cut me off because it was always up to him, and relying on someone was always a pain. And not relying on him now is kind of a blessing because I don't have to worry about it, but it's also scary because I have to get rid of a lot of trees to keep up with the water. I'm going to cart some water, which will be good, and keep some trees going, but I do have to downsize a lot and have a, you know, just a nice amount to look after, because at the moment I got too many, requires too much water. So not only is this one going to be for sale, but also quite a few others. Might even sell my really nice pomegranate that might be gone, and just concentrate on the natives. I'm just going to give this a quick clean for now. I'm pretty annoyed because I had you guys caught up to date as far as the high pressure cleaning, and then I think I forgot to push record, unless it's run out of memory. I forgot to push record on the whole potting up, which was a lot of the video. So what a waste of video, guys. I'm really sorry you didn't get to see it potted up. Basically, I've wired it in because I kept it for, because this can be for anyone at any level, this tree. Someone might get it at any level when they buy it at the bonsai show. And I made sure that I've wired it in so they can, you know, maybe put it in a windy position or treat it a little bit rough, and she should be fine. And I also said, being a deciduous, I'm not even remotely worried about how many roots I cut off. I don't know whether you heard any of that. I don't think so. I think I forgot to push record. I swear I've got dementia or something coming on pretty quick. I'm an absolute retard. Right, so there you go. Beautiful moss, beautiful tree. Give it a bit of a water. Also a bit of lichen starting up on the bark, so that's nice to get a bit of lichen. I also said I won't be going anywhere. I'm still going to do a lot of bonsai. I'm just going to downsize my collection, work out what I can look after this summer. I don't want too much for this summer without water because I don't want to kill them all. So I just want to downsize before summer by selling a heap at the show. So make sure you buy some of my trees if you can. It'll have Sam written on it. And whatever I have left, I'm going to just see how I go keeping it alive. Probably going to set up an automatic watering system to water once in the middle of the day, but the rest is going to have to rely on hand watering because automatic systems waste a lot of water. There's no doubt about that. But when I had water, it didn't really matter, but now I've been cut off. I'm just going to have to deal with it. I've got a tyrant of a neighbour, absolute asshole, and I've got no water. Look at the roots that I cut off. I guess the main problem is the person that sold us this house said that we had mains water, and she lied to us, said we got mains water and we don't. We had to rely on a neighbour, and our partnership has turned sour, and he's a complete dickwad. Not, you know, I better not swear. So anyway, should be a nice treat for someone, this one. Go over to... All right, guys, give it a bit of a water. someone can enjoy this nice tree. Absolutely beautiful tree. Looking forward to working on a few more bonsai around the place. You know, it's coming into spring, so you get excited about getting back into it and working on stuff. So let's hope I can do that. Do a few more repots and yeah, a bit of styling. I can't really style too much at the moment because especially the natives, if you style them in winter, they die back. They do not like it because you get frosts and they hate it. Right, I'm going to give you a spin of the tree. I'll just make sure that we're pretty good as far as fitting it in. All right, let's give it a spin. So we got it in that pot pretty well. It's wired in pretty hard, so it can't move. It's very firm and it'll grow gangbusters. Don't worry about that. It's plenty big enough pot. And if someone out there buys it, well, you can give it a better, more expensive pot later on. But just let it get established in this one for a good couple of years first. No worries. Cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, share, subscribe. Pray for some rain for us and the bloody rest of anywhere on the west coast of all the states pretty much. Very dry and we need some rain. But anyway, the dogs are kicking along well. Trees are about to be worked on, so all is good. Right. Later, guys. Thanks very much for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Catch you later. Cheers.